What if the richest person in history was an African emperor? What if a black mathematician helped guide astronauts safely into space? And what if some of the most important contributions to science, medicine, and society came from people whose stories are rarely told? In this documentary, we uncover 10 untold facts from Black history that showcase intelligence, innovation, leadership, and pride. Mansa Musa ruled the Mali Empire during the 14th century. Mali was rich in gold and natural resources, controlling major trade routes across the Sahara. The empire connected West Africa to North Africa and the Middle East, making it one of the most prosperous civilizations of the time. Mansa Musa became emperor in 1312 and expanded Mali's influence. In 1324, he embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca with thousands of attendants and hundreds of camels loaded with gold, generously distributing wealth along the way. In Cairo, the gold he gave away caused temporary economic inflation, a testament to the scale of his fortune. Beyond wealth, Mansa Musa invested in education, architecture, and culture, transforming Timbuktu into a renowned center of learning. Scholars from across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe traveled there. Mansa Musa's story proves that Africa had powerful, organized, and intellectually rich civilizations, shaping global history long before European colonization. Benjamin Banneker was born in Maryland in 1731. At a time when Black Americans were systematically denied education, Banneker taught himself mathematics, astronomy, and mechanics using books and observation. By 22, he had built a fully working wooden clock, which ran accurately for decades. He later predicted planetary movements and solar eclipses, publishing his findings in widely respected almanacs. He also assisted in surveying the land that became Washington, D.C., demonstrating technical skill and precision. Banneker shows that Black intelligence and innovation thrived despite societal barriers, proving Black minds have always contributed to science and national development. Katherine Johnson, born in 1918, was a mathematical prodigy. At NASA, she joined a group of Black women mathematicians performing complex calculations essential to early space missions. Before reliable computers, they calculated flight trajectories, orbits, and re-entry paths by hand. Johnson's calculations were crucial for missions such as John Glenn's orbital flight, with Glenn personally requesting her verification. She later contributed to the Apollo moon missions. Her work proves that Black scientists were instrumental in some of humanity's greatest technological achievements, showcasing precision, intelligence, and excellence. Daniel Hale Williams practiced in Chicago in the late 19th century. In 1893, he performed one of the first successful heart surgeries, saving a patient who had been stabbed in the chest. He also founded the Freedmen's Hospital and Training School, giving Black doctors and nurses opportunities in a profession that largely excluded them. Williams' contributions demonstrate skill, courage, and innovation, proving Black professionals advanced medicine under systemic barriers. Claudette Colvin was only 15 years old when she refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama, in March 1955. At the time, segregation laws in the South were strict, and African Americans were expected to comply with unfair rules. Claudette's act of defiance led to her arrest, and she faced significant social and legal pressure. Though not widely known at the time, her courage laid the foundation for legal challenges against bus segregation. Her case was referenced in the lawsuits that eventually led to the Supreme Court ruling ending bus segregation. Claudette Colvin's story is a reminder that resistance and leadership can come from anyone, regardless of age, and that Black intelligence and courage have always been key to social progress. The Underground Railroad was not a literal railroad but a network of secret routes, safe houses, and brave allies helping enslaved African Americans reach freedom. Harriet Tubman, herself once enslaved, risked her life dozens of times to lead others to safety. Traveling mostly at night, she navigated dangerous terrain, evading capture, and using secret codes and signals to protect those she helped. The railroad relied on strategic thinking, courage, and community intelligence, highlighting the resourcefulness and resilience of Black people under extreme oppression. The Underground Railroad is a testament to the intelligence, courage, and solidarity of Black communities fighting for freedom. Benjamin Banneker contributed to the survey of Washington, D.C. Surveying a city requires precise measurements, mathematical expertise, and a clear understanding of geography. Banneker worked alongside white surveyors, providing calculations and observations that shaped the layout of streets, boundaries, and key landmarks. His contribution to this monumental project showed that Black professionals were central to nation building, even during a period when systemic racism tried to exclude them from positions of influence. Banneker's role demonstrates that Black intelligence has always shaped major national infrastructure, and Black contributions to American history extend far beyond what is commonly taught. Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as the most influential leader of the U.S. civil rights movement in the 1950s and 1960s. King promoted nonviolent protest and used strategic, moral leadership to challenge segregation, voter suppression, and systemic racism. He led the Montgomery bus boycott and organized the March on Washington, delivering the iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. Millions were inspired by his vision of justice and equality. Despite threats and imprisonment, King remained steadfast, showing that intelligence, strategy, and moral courage can drive real social change. His story proves that Black leadership has global influence, inspiring movements for justice and equality worldwide. The Buffalo Soldiers were formed after the Civil War. They served on the American frontier, protecting settlements, building roads, and participating in military campaigns. Despite facing discrimination within the army and society, they earned reputations for discipline, bravery, and resilience. Their nickname, Buffalo Soldiers, reflected the respect and fear they commanded. The Buffalo Soldiers' history demonstrates strength, strategic skill, and leadership, highlighting Black contributions to national defense and development. Madam C.J. Walker revolutionized the haircare industry for Black women in the early 20th century. She developed innovative products and built a national network of sales agents, empowering thousands of Black women with financial independence and leadership opportunities. Walker became the first self-made female millionaire in the U.S., donating to schools, civil rights causes, and community programs. Madam C.J. Walker's story shows that economic empowerment, innovation, and strategic thinking are central to Black achievement, inspiring pride and self-determination for generations. The stories we explored today reveal something important. Black history is not only a story of struggle, it is also a story of intelligence, innovation, leadership, and global influence. Yet many of these stories are rarely discussed. And countless chapters are still waiting to be uncovered. If you want to continue learning about the hidden achievements that shaped our world, subscribe and follow this channel as we continue exploring the untold chapters of Black history.